Hello everyone, welcome to the Evil Empire. I'm your host, Evil Empire, and on today's video we're going to take a look at some Amonkhet Remastered Draft. So this format is something that's a mashup of two Magic the Gathering expansions. It's Amonkhet, which came out first and was the larger of the two sets, and then it also combines Amonkhet with the other set in the block, Hour of Devastation. So you'll see cards from each of those two sets kind of jammed into one draft set. And they've also added to those two card pools a number of basically direct to historic prints, kind of like they've been doing with the historic anthologies. So cards like Collected Company, Thoughtseize, um, Sphinx's Revelation, a number of other ones that really are just meant to be direct to historic prints to kind of power up the format and get it ready to transition to becoming Pioneer. And whether or not historic will remain a thing after they add Pioneer remains to be seen. But it's entirely possible that they maintain only Pioneer format and get rid of historic, or they could end up supporting both. So it'll be interesting to see how they do this. And one last note before we get into the draft portion is that this is the first historic draftable set. Previously, the historic anthologies were just available for purchase, and you would not be able to draft them, of course, because they were not designed as draft sets. So let's get into our first round, our first pick, our pack one, pick one here. We'll get started. All right, so the rare is a mythic. It's Combat Celebrant. We've also got Vizier of Remedies, Fervent Paincaster, and Aven Wind Guide as our uncommons. Other good, totally pickable commons here would be Aerial Guide, Hieroglyphic, but I think we're just going to go with this Combat Celebrant and be done with it. Having extra combat steps is pretty busted. Although it is only a 4/1, so easy enough to pick off with just a single damage. Or in this format, a single one/1/1 counter, because the -1/1 counters are a theme in this particular set. I think we saw the -1 counters more with the Amonkhet set, more so than in Hour of Devastation, but they were also present in Hour. Shadow of the Grave, the rare, is still in the pack. We're looking for red cards to go with our Combat Celebrant. We've got two here. Neither of them is really like fantastic, but I think we're just going to take the Moloch. It's a good aggressive card, and we already have our Combat Celebrant telling us to be aggressive. Alright, so good red cards in this pack. This is not something I've played with much, but it seems like it would be okay. If we exert it, we get to discard and draw. We get to rummage. This one that wants deserts. This one that makes something unblockable. Anything worth picking over here? Isn't block draw card. It's not great. I think we're gonna go with the 2-drop. Just start filling out the lower part of our curve. Okay, the Ruins is looking pretty good here. Could also easily pick a Soul Stinger. It's a great card. But I think the Ruins is what we want here. This is going well for us so far. Let's stick that in the sideboard so we don't count it. Desert of the Fervent, Dread Wanderer. Okay, I think Dread Wanderer is a good pick here. If we're an aggro deck, we want a nice rare 1-drop like this. This will be helpful. Okay, so red-black aggro is what we're kind of looking like so far. Brute Strength is not great. Another Ruins is fantastic, though, so we'll take that. Yeah, remember, it's important when you're drafting to keep in mind the type of deck that you want to build. So if you want to build a slightly more aggro bent to your deck, you want to continue to do that throughout the draft as you go through. Okay, so the Kenra Eternal is fantastic. I think we're going to pick that over the Wasteland Scorpion, but it's close. Yeah, just pick up another 2-drop and have that slot kind of filled out with a couple of good creatures. And then we'll be in good shape to start filling the top part of our curve pretty soon. Looking for 4 and 5 drops and up from here on out, although certainly we'll pick up enough to fill in our curve. We've done pretty well filling in the early part of the game. Oh, okay, so we've got not too much for us here. It's kind of looking like it's just the cartouche, and that's all we could really hope for here, so we'll take that. Hopefully we'll get the trial that goes with that, the red trial as well, maybe later. So black-red aggro so far, and looking pretty strong. We've already got a rare and a mythic in our deck, so building pretty well so far. Another Thorned Moloch, probably going to pick that over the desert. Just get more creatures in our deck. Now this one has prowess, so something like the cartouche is nice to be able to trigger it. If we get multiple of these, it could really wallop hard with first strike, so that's not a bad strategy. I wouldn't mind picking up another Moloch even, or just some smaller cantrippy type stuff. More cartouches or whatever to trigger the prowess. Okay, there's nothing here for us. Let's just go for value with the uncommon. Alright, we'll take the Pathmaker. Blighted Bat can be a 4-mana haste if we, count the additional cost of activating the haste, but, a 2/1 flyer for 3 is fine as well. You don't necessarily have to activate the haste if you're just throwing it down on curve. Neither of these is going to make it into our deck, I don't think. This is definitely not making it into our deck. Alright, let's go to pack 2. Oh, darn. This is a great card for limited. Too bad. We'll probably look at the Grave Digger, although Sand Strangler is great with our 2 deserts. Yeah, I think it's going to be the Strangler. And we'll just start to kind of look to grab some red removal, like maybe another Magma Spray. If we see that later, we'll be very lucky to see it. But yep, sorry, Temet. Wish we were in white-blue. I 5'3 with the Temet deck early on in this format. Oh, this would be great in our deck, too. Are we going to go white here? Is that possible? I don't know about that. Another of those? I don't think so. Could pick up another Moloch, but I think we're going to go with the Magmaroth. And just hope that we can pick up some non-creature spells to maybe remove those -1/-1 counters from it. I don't know. Is that the pick or just another Moloch? This is a really powerful card if we have enough of a wide board as well, but it would be a speculative pick. We do need some bigger creatures, don't we? We don't have a ton of non-creature yet. Let's go with the trial and just spec on white, see if we can grab some fixing or something for it. I think we're going to grab the Deemworthy here. This is great if we cycle it, and pretty incredible if we get to cast it. This could be a cycling card in our deck, or we could just grab the... Oh, Lord of the Accursed. Do we have any zombies? We have one here, one here. Okay. I mean, that's probably enough, even just having this one as well. Zombie, yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll grab the Lord. Spider, not great for us. I've had this be pretty good in the past if we're trying to grab a bit of a white splash. What are we losing out on? Zombie, but we're not losing out on much here. Right? Blur of Blades. Yeah, it's not great. Let's see. See if we can grab some white fixing. Maybe we'll splash that, maybe not. Amonkhet Crasher is going to be great in our deck. I think we're going to pick that here. We're giving up some good stuff, though. But this card I've had just be really too good before to leave it. Oh, wow. Heaven to Earth. No, I think we want the Magma Spray instead. Or maybe the Bone Slasher is even pretty good here. Yeah, we do have the Zombie Lord, right? And we have some removal already. I think we'll go with this. Build up our zombie tribal aspect. Another Deemworthy would be good. This would be fine. Let's just grab the removal. We want as much of that as we can get in this format. Yeah, this will be turned on most of the time. Although we are giving up an impeccable timing for it. Whatever. It's good to get that little point of damage in if you can. I guess we'll take another one of these. It's a zombie as well. Yeah, I think it's the Kenra Scrapper over the maybe the Mighty Leap because we could cycle it. If we're splashing white, then this is good. I don't think we're gonna play this card, so we're just gonna put it in the sideboard. And then this is a good card, but I don't know that it makes the cut in our deck, but we'll see. Alright, so our rare is New Perspectives. We also have a Sunscourge Champion, a Crocodile of the Crossing, and an Enigma Drake. But what else? Magma Spray, Open Fire. So this is a great pack. There's a lot in here. Okay, I gotta focus. Well, I think we just maybe grab the Lethal Sting or the Magma Spray. We don't have much at the top in terms of creatures. Maybe this Ceradon was the one for us here. But yeah, it's tough to give up this removal because this is really great removal. But yeah, we want something at the top. And right now we have nothing on 5 mana as a creature. So I guess we'll grab the Ceradon. Although it sucks to give up some of that other fun removal. Oh, the Miriarch. Okay, interesting. Zombie. Trespasser's Curse or Zombie. I think the Curse probably. I've had this be pretty good against me. So it's also a non-creature. It triggers our prowess. But it's a lot of good stuff here. Okay, rewarded for trying to splash some white. Tough to give up some of this other stuff, but like, yeah, this is a particularly good 2-drop. But if we have better removal in white, then okay. I think we just maybe want the Pyramid here. Just get a little extra card draw would be nice with this deck. And it's also a non-creature. Oh boy, this is a great card right here, Honored Crop Captain. Could be a reason to splash white as well. Yeah, I think we're going to try it. It's risky, but who knows. Okay, the dual land is great. That's going to help our mana base a little bit. Although we are giving up some good creatures for it, I think we have enough of a creature base at this point. Yeah, I don't know if any of this is making it, so let's just grab... None of this makes the cut, so let's just grab the uncommon. Oh, wow, Hezerat's Monument would be great. We could get some good card draw going. A lot of our stuff is red and would be discounted as well. So I think it's the Monument. We've got some cuts to make when we get to that point now. Oh, a late Magma Spray is great for us. That's definitely making the cut. Probably going to put away this Trial. Yeah, again, none of this really makes it, but Festering Mummy has a chance because of the Zombie Lord that we have. I mean, I don't think we're going to play any of this, so we'll just chuck this in the sideboard. We'll see if white makes the cut. I don't know if it does. The Tormenting Voice can go on our sideboard. Also probably not going to make the cut is the Insider. Although haste is really good if you're an aggro deck. Alright. And that is the draft portion. And we'll spend a few minutes here filling out the rest of the deck building process. Just looking at my creature count. Okay, I can probably afford to cut like one creature. That's not great. But we want to be probably closer to the 17 creature mark if we're going to play aggro here. Okay, does white make the cut? I mean, we already have pretty good removal. I don't think we need this. The white was a bit of a stretch. So let's get rid of that. And let's add in our dual land as well as our 2 Ramunap Ruins, which are going to help to enable the Ceradon as well as our Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs. Now we just need to make one more cut. And I'm not sure what it is here. This is always the hardest part, right? Making that one last cut in your draft deck. I don't want to cut anything, but what's the least impactful card here? The Festering Mummy? It's a fine one drop, and does give you a little bit of value with the -1/-1 counter. It's a zombie that synergizes with our Lord of the Accursed, but I don't know. Could it be the cartouche that doesn't make the cut? We don't have really anything else that synergizes with it, although we do have a couple of creatures with prowess. Tough decision, tough decision. Could we just cut a land? Is that irresponsible here? It's a little bit of cycling, but not too much. What, 1, 2, 3... Yeah, it's an aggro deck. I might just cut a land. Sure, let's just cut Swamp. Now we're left with 16 lands. Right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think this deck can go with that number of lands. I mean, the vast majority of our deck is on 1, 2, or 3 mana, so I don't feel terrible about cutting one land to bring it down to 40 cards. We've got a good amount of removal. I would say I'm pretty happy with it. I've focused and prioritized more on removal this round, and I think that really paid off. With the Magma Spray, the Sand Strangler, which is conditional. We have to have the Desert, of course, and the Deemworthy. So we're looking pretty good on that score. And the last thing we'll do is pick the correct sleeves to be on flavor with Amonkhet. Get our Regal Caracol sleeves going. And so that's our draft deck. A little bit of a black-red aggro deck. And now we'll move to playing the first game with the deck. So, see you there. And let's play the first game of our draft. Yeah, this looks like a solid hand. 2 lands, 5 spells. Happy with it, gonna keep it. Okay, lead on the Mummy. Probably follow it up with the Kenra. Okay, solid curve out so far, and looking to maybe draw a land next turn. Don't want to miss our land drops here. Wow. And we don't draw the land, that's unfortunate. And we can't really attack, which is also unfortunate. Pretty good, opponent. Pretty good spider, I have to say. I am impressed. Okay, that's good synergy for the opponent. They're going to be making insects whenever they drop -1/-1 counters. Boy, oh boy, what do we do here? Probably Pyramid. No attack. Not looking good for us here. We're behind on mana. Not where you want to be. Alright, and they pay to make some insect tokens, or they don't have to pay. Oh gosh, that's why that card is so good. I always forget that you don't have to pay. Yeah, let's just create them. Very good deck opponent. Very impressive. Making us look foolish. Okay, that's good. Getting closer and closer to having some lands here. I think we just cycle this to kill something, right? Probably the Exemplar. It's their best attacker at this point. We'll just cycle it on our turn so that we don't have to deal with any pump effect. Yeah, we'll take action. No attack. What you got, opponent? Cartouche kills something. The Kenra? Okay. No attacks from our opponent. Okay, that's a little strange. So we'll do a couple of things here. This. And then we'll have room to do a couple of spells after it. Let's do the kill spell first. On the bat. I'm a little surprised that our opponent's not attacking with the obelisk spider, but... yeah, let's just get rid of it. Need to draw into something that's an answer here. Opponent's got to start attacking this turn, I think. With their spider, if nothing else. Because they're just gonna... Oh yeah, okay, interesting. They must have a trick then, I guess. Because we're gonna get rid of a lot of these little buggers if we have our way. Actually, why don't we cut this down to size? Yeah, that's fine. Ugh, should have kept the beastie. Let's draw, shall we? Okay. Doesn't really help us very much. I guess makes Dread Wanderer a slightly better blocker. This doesn't really matter, because we don't plan to attack. We're just going to hang back and hope that our deck bails us out. Maybe do an upkeep scry. So we're a little desperate here. We can't block here because it's going to put -1/-1 counters and give them creatures. Alright, before we do that, let's scry. Yes. Okay, that's interesting. We can play it and haste it, which is what we want to do here. Yes, we are going to get rid of that and draw. Okay, that's something. Now let's make sure we haste it. And let's get in here. Start whittling the opponent down. That's good for us. Do we want to discard the Trespasser's Curse? Not really. I don't think we're going to. We have some card draw here with the Pyramid, so let's just decline. Right here, opponent. Gosh, I hope they don't top deck a kill spell. Oh, that'll do. That'll do just fine. Gosh, forgot about that. That is very bad play by me. And we lose the only thing that was helping us. Great. They make a couple of duders. Always forget about reach. So silly. See if we can make those tokens hurt them a little bit. We'll scry on upkeep again. Okay, so they lose a couple of life off of this. Alright, let's scry here. Yeah, we will take it. Can't do anything about that. Alright, I think we're at the point now where we just want card advantage from our pyramid. Card's really doing a lot of work for us, the pyramid. Then we're going to draw. Silly me, I always forget my draw step. Let's go to main and do this. And we're going to discard this to draw. That's nice. Okay, that's a good card for us. And we'll on-crop Crasher, but we don't have a really good attack here, so that's unfortunate. I think we're just going to ship the turn here. Do we have any profitable attacks? We don't really have profitable attacks, I'm afraid. Alright, we get one more extra draw with our pyramid before we're out of counters on it. We get to ping the opponent for 1. Oh boy. That's bad. On the Lord? Okay, actually that's not the worst for us. It's whatever. Now they can't swing in this turn, but next turn they can start swinging with the Kundu. Kudu, or whatever it is. What's it called? Kudu, yeah. Alright, ping the opponent for 1. We're gonna get you. We got that 18 turn clock. 17 turn clock now. Not sure that that helps us a lot, but it's interesting. Alright, let's draw our card for turn. Yeah. Perfect. Couldn't have drawn it up better. Okay, go to main phase. Celebrant. Discard here. Okay. That's unfortunate, but we're getting through our deck pretty well here. I don't think we play it. Let's hang on to it. Power with creature less can't be blocked. Yeah. Okay, let's activate that ability. Go here. Go to next. Let's attack Exert so we can get a little bit more card draw. Okay, I'm going to hang on to this creature so I might be able to use it to draw if I draw a land next turn. And we're just going to end the turn here. Yeah, we don't have great blockers for the Kudu, but we can double block and it's not that big of a deal. They drew their Trial of Strength, okay. That's going to drain them again. Tables are turning a little bit here. We're slowly grinding with them. Now, question is, do they attack and force us to double block? Yep, they're going to. Now, they have no cards in hand, so there's no tricks here. We're just straight up going to double block here. The question is, what are we going to use? I think we use the Dread Wanderer and the Crasher because they're not really attacking very well right now. Okay, let's go to blocking. We'll snap off the double here. Here we can always get the Dread Wanderer back, although it's not going to give us our aura back. And we'll trade like so. Now, Dread Wanderer costs us 3, and we have to do it on our turn, sure. I don't think we're going to scry this time. Oh, I forgot the damage. Darn it. Forgot 1 damage. That's annoying. That might come back to get us. You never know. You never know. Alright, we don't control a zombie, so I think we just discard this. Here. We do control a desert, so something can't block. Alright, we can get in a lot of damage this turn. Well, maybe not a ton. Oh, it has to attack to do that, fine. No, none. Okay, well, getting another big body down feels good. And then we will not forget to ping this time. Okay, they must have a trick. It's the only thing I can think of. Let's trade here. And we'll let them get in for one. Could also just block with the wall. I mean, it's not really doing much for us, other than just pinging, so. But it can take a counter. It can take a -1/-1 counter. Okay. That does kill our wall. So let's get in one more ping with it. Question is, how do we attack this turn? We can make sure that one of theirs can't block, and then the combat celebrant, we can exert it to get an extra attack step, but I don't know how much good that does us, so I don't think we're going to do it. Let's just keep chipping away. Yeah, we're going to discard this. Okay, it's another land. Alright, we will scry on our turn and take a pretty bad attack here. Just the croc. Okay, I think we take. Because we've got a pretty good attack coming up. Remember to scry here. Alright, so 7 damage to target creature. Yeah, we'll point that over here. This has been very annoying, so we'll be happy to see it go. Yeah, getting in here feels good. They're gonna chump. Alright, we've gotten through a lot of our deck, so we've only got 7 cards left in library. We gotta be careful here. We'll hang on to this. Go for a better attack next turn. We need to finish this soon. Opponent has not been drawing as many cards as us. So they are on, what? Yeah, 18 cards in library, so. Perhaps that's the game they're going to try to play now, is just mill us out, but with the combat celebrant we should be able to force through a little bit of damage. They're going to hold back their croc, I think. If they don't, it's a mistake, because we just Dread Wanderer. Block. Okay. Yeah, they are going to hold back. Okay. So the question is, what to do now? Well, I think we definitely get in for at least 2, maybe more. We can make it so that the croc can't block. They can line up everything against our Ceradon. I think it's going to take one more turn. Yeah, let's get this one in. And we're not going to exert anyway, because we're not interested in drawing cards anymore. Just scrying. Alright, so unblockable here. And we do have the ruins on the board, so we can finish them with that. I guess I'll play out a land here. It doesn't really matter, does it? I'll play out a red one, sure. And we'll end the turn here. And then maybe either go for the win next turn or the turn after. Okay, that's fine. Drain you, gain 1. Very grindy game. Very grindy game. Really? Yeah, I didn't think so. I did not think so, opponent. Oh boy. We got a roper. And they have 4 timeouts, so they can really rope us hard. Yeah, that's a good draw. Okay. So what's the plan? Attack all, exert the celebrant. Just go for the win here. Well, we can make it so that the bitter claw doesn't block, or bitter bow rather, doesn't block. And then they can still block here, 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 and here, which is 5 blockers to our 5 attackers. So we don't actually get in any damage, really, this way. Interesting. Okay, so let's just go in for a little bit here. It's our worst blocker and our other worst blocker, so. I think I'm going to worry about the crack back here and just go slow. I feel like we're ahead here. We might not actually be ahead, but I feel like we're ahead. So I'm going to play a little bit more conservatively and just, milk my last 5 cards in my library and get in with this unblockable damage each turn. Finish them, I think, either next turn or turn after. Puts them at 5. They go to 3 next turn. Alright, so we connect with the Wanderer finally. We're going to decline the draw from the Monument, because we want to maximize the amount of cards that we have left in library. And I think we can go for the win next turn if our opponent doesn't draw another creature or removal spell. Yeah, that's fine. Now, do they go for the desperation attack? It's a question. Yeah, okay, they're coming in a little bit. Has vigilance anyway, we'll trade off our Ceradon. No, actually we won't. We won't trade off at all. No cards in hand from the opponent because they drew the desert, which was their land for turn. Okay, so we'll scry here. Just a swamp, okay, we'll put that away. Scry again. We still have our mana for the Ramanop Ruins. Basic swamp, okay, get rid of that. Draw for a turn. Blighted Bat with haste is good. I think this gives us a... Oh, well, we can't activate the ruins if we play this. Conundrum. Get in for 4? Or just get in for 2 and then hold up the ruins? I feel like it's actually possible for us to win here by just doing this. So we will here say unblockable on this. Resolves. Main phase. We should have done that during our upkeep or whatever. That was silly. Now we will be able to deal how much? 4, and then finish them with the ruins. Okay, we don't need the bat. Okay, figured it out at last. So let's go to exert this. Can't be blocked. No, we're going to decline the... It's a May, so we're going to decline it. And then we're going to finish them with the Roans after this combat step. That's game. On to the next one. Boy, that was a grindy game we played in our first match, so let's see what we get paired with for our second match now. Well, that's a lot of land, but we do have a way to loot it away. If we can draw one more creature, we'll start looting that land away, so... Yeah, this is a pretty solid keep. Alright, lead on the Wanderer, into the Kenra Eternal, into Hazoret's Monument, and then we'll start using the Marauding Bones Slasher to maybe loot away some of the lands that we'll draw in the interim. Oh boy. That's a good 2-drop right there. That's quality. That means the opponent's not going to want to trade it, so we could get in for the attack if we wanted. Now they're going to exert here, and we're going to take 3. Might do the Monument, might do the Lord of the Accursed. It's kind of tempting to get in for more damage here if we're possibly able. Okay, attack, exert, no block. Opponent wants to race, so let's see if we can give him a good race. Okay, tough choice, tough choice. I think we're gonna have to race, so let's get the Lord down and go in for as much as we can get. If the opponent wants to trade, so much the better. Otherwise, take 6. Next turn is going to be a choice between Hazoret's Monument or Marauding Bone Slasher. I don't know. It's a tough decision so far. Alright, they're going to kill this Lord, right? They've got to. It's going to just deal them too much damage. So whatever removal they have is going to get pointed that way. Yep, they're going to kill their Dauntless Haven and that with the -1/-1 counter and then get our Lord that way. So that's fine. Oh, are they going to kill the Avenger instead with the -1/-1 counter? They're just trying to figure out which creature they want to get rid of our guy. Oh, neither one. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Maybe they don't have removal then? I thought they had that, like, 3-mana sorcery, the one that puts a -1/-1 counter on your creature and then kills the creature that your opponent controls. Okay. So let's think what we want to do here. Let's attack with everyone but the Lord, and then post-combat we'll do the Monument. The opponent will trade with the Eternal, I think. Okay, no trades. It's good news for us. We'll put down the Monument, start getting through our deck next turn. And this can go down, because we can just loot away something else. We want to hit at least our 4th land drop here. And we don't have any deserts for the wall, so maybe that's the thing that we discard next turn. We'll see. Alright, they're going to get the Lord finally. The Lord of the Accursed dies this turn. They let us have one turn too many, I think, with it. Okay, so what are you going to do to get rid of this opponent? You've been dancing around it for some time. It's got to be that 3-mana sorcery that I mentioned. I forget the name of it. We'll see it here in a second. Bold. I like it. Oh, that's a little combo. Isn't that nice? No. Okay, so the opponent has something to play here. Just a question of what it is. Let's see. Are they going to hold it up on our turn? Just the Blighted Bat. And what else? Compulsory rest on the 3/3. Okay. Fine. That lets us gain a little bit of life. That's useful. Alright, so we don't need to attack... we need to attack first, I believe. So let's do that. Let's see. They will trade, I think? But we'll see. That's an interesting question. Wow, okay, no trade. So, let's get down the other zombie that we have, as well as the Thorn Moloch. And we'll just get rid of this wall to draw a little bit. Alright, Pathmaker Initiate's pretty good. I think I'm going to just make the best use of my mana, and I won't discard it, because ultimately it might be able to get a little bit extra damage in next turn. Okay, feel pretty good. What do you got, opponent? I think next turn it's just activate the Menace and see how we do. Yeah, I mean, we can block pretty effectively here. Do we block? Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna. Let's block here, because we don't necessarily care about this. Okay, opponent, we're gonna activate Menace next turn, so you're gonna need more blockers. Is the Lord finally gonna go? Because that needed to go like 4 turns ago. Yes, I knew they had okay, Lethal Sting is what it's called. And they got rid of one of their creatures, sure. Okay, so let's attack with everything. They're gonna block our Bone Marauder, and then we'll get them the next turn. The opponent doesn't know that we have another creature to block with. Now let's see if they have a trick. No trick. Okay. So let's not play our land so we can draw off of the Pathmaker. Use that Rummage effect. We got the Ruins. Sure. That's going to be the win. Alright, this deck. Doing great things. I like this deck. It's a good deck. Opponent concedes before we can deal lethal. Boy, I don't know if they were holding Lethal Sting that whole time, because if they were, what a mistake that was. Maybe they just didn't have it, but... Wow, I got in so much damage with my Lord of the Accursed. That was a must-kill, and they did not. Okay, good game. Moving to the next game. Well, that's 2 games in a row that we've won using Ramunap Ruins to get the last point of damage. That's about as well as you can do, and we're 2-0. Let's see how our luck holds. Okay. Yeah, I think this is a fine hand. We'll keep it. Okay, opponent plays the turn 1 Sacred Cat, and we are going to just turn 1 tap land. Into turn 2 Battlefield Scavenger. Oh, we got the Flying Cat. Look out, everybody. That's going to be a problem for a few turns, until we can take care of it with our Deemworthy on 4. Okay. And then we'll also be able to play a blocker next turn. We're not going to be able to haste the bat anyway, and then Maybe we block, maybe we don't. Depends how our life total's doing, depends what else they play. Okay, it's a pretty good 2-drop. Got prowess on it. Okay, so we are going to hit our next land drop over here. We can bat or we can curse. I think we bat. We bat here, I think, is what we do. Threaten the block. We'll not attack because we're clearly on the back foot here. Trying to survive the opponent's opening rush with a blue-white aggro deck. Nice. Wow, what a great card that is. Do we trade off here? Let's think. I think we do. Why not? I mean, opponent might have token producers coming up next, but we have the Ceradon, we have some solid late game if we can just get to that point. So we'll trade 2 cards for their 3 and be pretty happy about it. What do we do here? We don't control a desert, so that does nothing. I think we play it though, right? Because 3/3 on board is better than anything else we could do. Now they're going to make 2 cats next turn, but we'll kill one of them with the Deem Worthy the following. Okay, so here's 3/3. Hopefully it stabilizes us a little bit. Let's see what kind of later game plans the opponent has for us. Maybe some embalm creatures. Other than the cat. Okay, holding up removal or counterspell maybe. Let's just attack. I don't know that I even really want to play the land pre-combat. Let's just do it. Get in. Really weird that the opponent didn't do anything with their Sacred Cat, so I'm guessing they're holding up counter here. Let's just do the Mummy and the Curse and see what they say. Yeah, they're holding up permission. I think we want to at least try to resolve this. I don't know that it resolves, but we'll try it. Okay, so they're going to lose a little bit every time they get a creature. That's good. So they're going to get a lot of creatures, apparently, with this Anointed Procession. Okay, now here comes the cat. No, here comes the Wrath. Nice. And then that. Sure, they lose 2. I think we'll just play the Ceradon. Okay, drain and gain, drain and gain. And then we'll hold up the Deem Worthy for our next turn. Or hold on to it, rather. I guess we'll play this out. We don't have any rummaging effects. We don't need to discard, so... Yep, got it. Makes 2 tokens. Drains you twice. I gain 2 life. And no attacks from the opponent. Okay, so do we cycle or do we play the Lord? Huh. Let's see how they block, and maybe we'll cycle during combat. Okay, they're on the chump block plan? No, they're on the gang block plan. Okay. Oh, they're on neither of those plans. Fascinating. Fascinating opponent. Okay. So here we go and do this. And then... do we want to block next turn? Rather than kill the first striker? Take 3 versus take 3, right? I mean, if they attack all, we take 3 either way. At least this gets us on board a little bit, and we can see if they're going to play out anything else. Oh, okay, fair enough. So now we just take 5, yeah. Well, this is a much closer game than I would like. It's going to come down to top decks, as it sometimes does. Okay, this is good because it lets us hold up. Yeah. So let's attack first. So we're going to hold up the cycling ability of the Deem Worthy and kill the one that they cartouched up. Blocker. There we go. Alright. So the opponent has Aven Wind Guide. Okay, we're not going to be cycling to kill that then. We will simply Deem Worthy on the Aven Wind Guide. They'll get it back twice, and we may lose this game. Because this is not exiling anything. So, here. Just cast it like so. In with everything. So we're not dead next turn, but the turn after that we are. Yep, they get 2 of them. Yep, they get drained and we gain. This curse has been doing work for us, keeping us in the game when we really shouldn't be in it. The opponent has a really good Anointed Procession deck. Okay, and this is how we lose, right? Because we just attack all, and then we're dead on the crackback. We can't block anyway, so. Good games, opponent. That'll be our first loss, and as soon as they deal us lethal damage, we will be done with the game. Take a minute here. Okay. And that's game. So we suffered our first defeat of the league, and now we're going to go to the 4th game that we've played at a record of 2-1. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm not wild about it, but let's keep it. 4 lands is like on the higher side of what you want to draw. Okay, that's good for us. We would definitely like to draw a good 2-drop here that helps fill out our curve. So we can Kenra Eternal on 2 into either Blighted Bat or Marauding Bone Slasher on 3. Having a little trouble with the names of the cards in Limited, as sometimes happens. Alright, so we can match 2 2s here. The cards you see a lot in Limited are not necessarily even close to the same ones you'd see in Constructed, so sometimes can be difficult. Yep, that's pretty good. Alright, so we've got to do the Blighted Bat, I guess? Or what do you think? Because this is not blocking anything, unless we have this down. So let's do it like this, and then we'll trade off the bat with something. Maybe with the Scavenger, because it can draw them cards with the Exert It. Maybe the opponent has more removal, and we'll just die to a better red-black aggro deck quite quickly. Okay, sure. But no attacks. Interesting. Very interesting. We can cycle this to kill something, play the Hazoret's Monument, play the Bone Slasher. What's best here? Well, we've got to threaten the trade with the big guy, so let's do this. And then we'll just pass with no attacks. Alright, let's see what their plan is for the next turn. Okay, land. Now we will definitely trade for the Zealot when they attack with it, so they don't attack with it. Fascinating. Okay, now we have Deem Worthy up. But, what I think we're going to do here instead... Well, this is an instant, right? So can we just hold it up? Yeah, let's just hold it up on their turn. I always forget that Deem Worthy is an instant. We're not going to attack, we're just going to see what they do. Maybe they have some kind of pump spell or something. Okay, they're going to get our... Oh, they're just holding that up. Interesting. Well, now that they're tapped out, let's get it. 7 damage to the Zealot. And we take 6. Sure. Okay, their own Bone Slasher. What's the last card in hand? Oh, okay, they're gonna hold it. So in that case, we are monumenting into Wanderer, rummage away the swamp. Yeah, this always ETB is tapped, so it's not a blocker this turn. Nice. Okay, another blocker is good. Do we start to whittle away at them and kind of tempt them into the attack here? Eh, I think I want all my blockers back. They've seemed pretty reticent to trade. I'm not attacking here, but we're going to pause for a minute just to make them think that we were thinking about it. And then we'll end. Alright, so they've got 2-2, 2-2, 3-3. They want to attack. Yep, they want to get in. Sure, we're just going to let them. We'll bleed out a little bit. Okay, another land that we can loot away, this time with the mummy. Love Hazaret's Monument, such value. Okay, just another land, but whatever, we get that off the top of our deck. Let's play the Curse, in case they have more creatures. Target them. Hold on to the Swamp in case we draw another creature for next turn. And get in with the Blighted Bat, since we have a little bit better setup now. Okay, sure. Thought they might have been holding on to something. That's fine. We'll figure it out from here. Top deck war. Oh, what did they get? They got something good. They seem to be looking over their creatures here. Oh, nice. Super cool. Alright, so drain and gain, but that's going to be a pretty big deal for them, because now they can attack with First Strike for 5 damage. And we'll just throw the Wanderer in front of it, and that'll be that for this turn. Although, actually, it's kind of tempting to shrink it, isn't it? Yeah. Now, do we shrink this or something else, like maybe the Neheb? Because that's also going to be a pain in the butt next turn. Kind of wish we had traded off with this when we had the chance. Okay. The top decks are not loving us. No attacks. And end the turn. Sad end of the turn. Probably going to lose this one as well. But whatever, we'll block it out. Take 4 down to 8. Let's see, we have another Deem Worthy that would be good. What are some other good top decks here? Oh, Magma Spray's pretty good. So like this. Get this. Please? Thank you. I would like to live, opponent. Please. Okay, so now we have to play this to be able to activate the Dread Wanderer. We can still keep 1 in hand. Comes in tapped, but we can block with our 3-3. So we're going to take half our life total next turn and be in pretty bad shape still. Take 4, go to 4, would be my guess here. Probably trade off with the Scavenger just to prevent any card draw. Yep, as expected. Okay, they're going to discard a land and draw a card. And it's a removal spell, of course. Because why wouldn't it be? Too little, too late. No. Well, that's gonna be all she wrote. Doesn't matter. Might as well get in. Oh, and now they're gonna finish us with the ruins? Yeah, it's fitting, right? We won 2 games earlier with it, so now we're gonna get beaten by it. Sure. Okay, opponent. So, our luck has turned sour on us. From winning 2 games to start the event, we are now at 2-2, going into the 5th game that we're going to play. So, let's see if we can make it to 3 wins. That's kind of a big deal in terms of getting a little bit of a bigger gold payoff. So, one more shot to get it. Let's see if we do. Yeah, this is a good opener. I'm happy with this one. Let's see if we can play it well. So lead on the mummy. Into Pathmaker Initiate. Okay, so first attack. Well, we can play a tap land here and just play a 3-drop instead, because I don't know if we're going to draw a land next turn. I think that's actually safer, is to just make sure that we have our 3rd land untapped to be able to play either the Celebrant or the Blighted Bat. Oh boy, okay. Trespasser's Curse, but we are going to resolve our Celebrant at least. So let's make sure we resolve this, because this is kind of going to be a big one for us. Yeah, we'll take 1 for that. And we're going to take at least 2 more from that curse, probably a lot more by the time the game's over. Okay, so they have removal for the Celebrant, of course. They have removal for everything, of course. And we are going to play a hasty Blighted Bat. Sure, resolve that. Pay for this. We'll see if this one wants to get on board or just continue massacring all our creatures. Looks to be a blue-black control deck. Okay. So let's go ahead and try to attack. They might be holding up Essence Scatter here. Or Winds of Rebuke. Let's see. Nope, nothing. Okay. So we can play the Pathmaker Initiate into their counter because we don't really care if it resolves. They're holding something. Okay. Sounds good. We'll get that out of their hand. We don't really want that to counter a better creature. It's just an even trade this way. Play out a land and pass the turn. Another removal spell for the bat. Oh, just discard everything in our hand? Sure. Why not? Didn't need that anyway. I didn't need a hand, opponent. It's fine. This 1 toughness bat is surely going to do the job for us, I have no doubt. I'm supremely confident. Top deck a land, because who cares? Only 16 of them in the deck, we've now drawn 6, so 10 left. We'll hold that in case we draw a monument. Hazaret's Monument would be a nice draw here, but we probably just want a creature more. Yeah, okay, it couldn't last forever, right? Now, are they going to haste an attack and try to race? I don't think so, really. Okay, whatever you want, opponent. They are holding all the cards here, so that will be fine. Okay, Dread Wanderer is a thing. It's not great, but it's a thing. Play that tapped and be sad. Yeah, okay, that's game. We are in quite a pickle here. Oh, good God. Yeah, great. No attacks. Okay, so it's a tough one, but there it is. Opponent's blue-black deck was just better. Whatever, I mean, we're pretty desperate at this point, so we'll take all that we can get. Still have 5 mana up. Pitiless Vizier. Oh my goodness. Okay, flooding. And now we're dead. Awesome. Good game. Okay, so that's going to do it for the event. I hope you enjoyed watching me start out really well and end in agony of defeat. So come back for the next one, and I'll see you then. This is Evil Empire signing off.